Very good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Chandan Logic's English class YouTube live session. My name is Shan. This session is for the students who are preparing for SBI PO 2026. Getting a bank job is a dream for many. Getting a bank job in a bank like State Bank of India is a very big dream. But to have that dream is easy, but to reach that dream needs a lots of preparation. But I'll tell you a secret here. Hard work is 30%. 70% is planning, strategy, tricks. Yes. As far as English is also concerned, we have tricks. Like the way you have some tricks in aptitude reasoning, English section can also be solved with beautiful tricks and techniques. In this session, let's focus on some beautiful tricks and techniques. State Bank of India 2026 aspirants have to watch this session and also make some good running notes. Not just you only have to watch, share this video to your friends and family members if they are preparing for SBI PO 2026. In this session, let's solve a beautiful mock test, 40 questions, SBI PO mock test. So what we have to observe in this session is not what the right answer is. You have to also observe the procedure, how I get the right answer, the tricks, how I derive the right answer, the techniques that I am going to follow to bring out the right answer. That's very important. Without further delay, let's get started. Once again, I welcome you all to the Chandan Logics, and you're watching Chandan Logics English channel. Again, to tell you this, Chandan Logic's YouTube channel is one, Chandan Logic's English YouTube channel is another. As per the request from many students all over the country, we have decided to take this live session on our Chandan Logic's English channel. If any aspirant is aspiring to listen to this explanation, or you're looking for Telugu explanation, you already know that Chandan Logic's YouTube channel is already there. I will be also coming on live on Chandan Logic's YouTube channel every day in the evening. But right now you are watching Chandan Logic's English channel, where I'm going to explain the content completely in English so as to reach more and more audience, not just in the Telugu states but also the people of other countries as well. Without further delay, let's get started. So you're watching SBI PO 2026 mock test paper explanation. Before I start the paper explanation, a happy news. Go to the Play Store, download the app Chandan Logics, and there you can find a free course. In that free course, you have approximately 7,000 plus practice questions from different topics of English. You have questions from tenses, you have questions from jumble statements, you have questions from vocabulary and so on. So 7,000 plus practice questions are waiting for you. You can just take the test and improve your performance. If you are looking for English classes, go to the Chandan Logics app. You can buy English classes as well there. You can contact this number. Right guys, without further delay, let's get started. Before I start, once again I want to say this. If you are a banking aspirant, what is important is not just aggression. Strategy is important. Shortcuts important. Tricks and techniques are very important. So observe very carefully how I am going to derive the answer. Every time you don't have to depend on hard work. Sometimes your common sense will help you more. If you observe the very first question, it is all about a simple cloze test. Shyam sir, how do you say this is a simple cloze test, sir? It doesn't look simple. It looks very complicated, sir. No, it looks complicated, but it is not complicated. The reason is simple. Go with shortcuts. What is the procedure to do this, my dear friends? What is the procedure to do this? I'll tell you what is the procedure followed by normal student. A normal student starts reading the paragraph. A normal student starts reading the paragraph, or at least an intelligent student starts reading the first sentence. But extraordinary student doesn't read at all. Extraordinary student doesn't read at all. He just reads the blank option. The Pisces dash can be seen from nearly on all points on earth. Sir, what is Pisces? How do you pronounce it? Is it Pisces or is it Pisces? How do you pronounce it? Not important. What is the meaning of Pisces? Not important. You know what earth is, right? Fine. All points, fine. If you see zodiac, sun, if you observe this paragraph, hemisphere, constellation, Aries, so somewhere you're talking about universe, you're talking about planetary system, you're talking about sky, you're talking about stars, and so on. So somewhere you understand the context of the paragraph. Now naturally, when you understand the context of the paragraph, honestly tell me, out of the 4 options, what could be the better option? What could be the better option? This is a better option, constellation. Why? Because you're already talking about stars, you're talking about planets, you're talking about sun, moon, earth. So naturally the context is constellation. If you observe, see, constellation can be seen from all points. What is the meaning of constellation? I think you have some idea, right? Arrangement of stars. So context itself will give you 1000% clarity. Jump to the next question, don't worry. Jump to the next question, don't worry. Now this is the question here, dash. Don't read the complete sentence. Just read 1-2 words before that. A set of star dash that lies along somewhere. A set of star dash. Star posture, star patterns, star composite, star pores, star posterior. You tell me, guys. You're talking about the presence of some stars. A set of stars. You're talking about stars. So naturally, star patterns. What is the meaning of pattern? Pattern is arrangement of the words, correct? Pattern is arrangement of the words. So you are simply saying star pattern. What is there? Easy, right? Star patterns. If you observe the other options, they don't match the context. They don't match the context. Very simple. Now don't waste time. Don't read all this unnecessary information. Directly come to the third part, third blank. Don't read the sentence from here. A normal student reads the sentence from here. An intelligent student reads the sentence from here. But you're an extraordinary student. Just read it. First constellation of the dash. Look at the options. Why do you use promised here? What is the point of using promise? Do you think this word promise is anyway matchable here? Zodiacs, zodiacal, proponent, zodiac. What do you say, my dear friends? Tell me. Do you use zodiacs? No, right? We normally don't use plural at all. Zodiac. Normally we say, what is your zodiac sign? I will tell your astrology. What is your zodiac sign? So very simple. First constellation of the zodiac. So here, are we really trying to understand it? Not at all. We are not understanding it. We are not trying to understand it. We are just trying to go by the common sense. 90% common sense works. Believe me. Believe me. Now don't worry. Jump to the 4th part of the sentence. Normal student reads the sentence from here to here. But extraordinary student doesn't waste time. Just go by the blank. Dash hemisphere. Dash hemisphere. Northern hemisphere. Am I right? I remember when I was studying my 6th class or 7th standard, we used to say northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere. Why do you want to take burden? Why do you want to read the sentence? Why are you wasting your time there? We simply say northern hemisphere, that's it. We simply say northern hemisphere, that's it. Go by the 5th part of the sentence. Go by the 5th part. Where is the option 5? Here is the option 5. Don't read the complete sentence. Come here. Which was previously dash the start of a year? If you observe here, the grammar is was. The grammar is was. So naturally, after was, if you're talking about active voice, we use ing. If you're talking about passive voice, we use V3. Anyway, in the option ing is not there. So naturally, only V3 is the chance. Now remove the options which is not V3. This is V3. This is V3. This is V3. Now what do you think is the right answer, guys? You're trying to say this was previously dash the start of a new year. So you're talking about something which is considered the beginning of a year. So there itself the answer is considered. Like for example, we have some belief systems. We say if this happens, this is the beginning of the year. Like in agriculture also, farmers, they say if this is going to happen, we are going to start our, production of the crop, agriculture, farming. This is considered the beginning of the year. This is considered the beginning of the year. Now some of you will be wondering what is this concocted. Let me be very honest. Even though you do not know the meaning of concocted, you have nothing to worry much, because you are not really focusing on this vocabulary when you already have a very strong answer here. When you have a very, very strong answer here, what is the point that you have to worry about? You can simply say considered. You can simply say considered. This was considered the beginning of the year. This was considered the beginning of the year. Now directly jump to the option number 6. Don't waste time. Now let me tell you this. You can't guess if you only focus on this part of the area. Fortunately, it's a very small sentence. So start from here. Because its stars are relatively dash. You're talking about adjective here. Relatively dash. Relatively plus adjective. This is not adjective. This is not adjective. This is not adjective. Now you're talking about stars. What is dim? Why do you want to use the word dim here? You better use the word dim. Do you know the meaning of the word dim, right? The light is dim. Opposite bright. Bright is very bright. Dim is very lesser bright. So 90% of the times your common sense is going to actually help you. That's all. Maybe one last question in the closed test. One last question in the closed test. Now anyway, if you want to start reading the sentence from here also, no problem, because a very small portion is here. The constellation Pisces is part of a larger dash of stars. Larger dash of stars. Can you try the answer? Larger dash of stars. Larger dash of stars. So already from the beginning, if you observe, you may not understand the complete context. You may not understand the sentences very clearly. We have so far not tried to understand the sentences so perfectly. If you observe carefully, the simple point is, you're talking about stars, you're talking about arrangements, you're talking about constellation. Naturally, you're talking about grouping of stars. So naturally, you're talking about grouping of stars. What is there? Isn't it easy? Grouping of stars. Grouping of stars. And naturally, if you talk about the grammar also, see, dash of stars. This is a question, correct? Dash of stars. This is a question, correct? You don't say paired of stars. You don't say compiled of stars. I'll tell you the reason. The grammar doesn't work in that way. The grammar doesn't work in that way. Because dash plus of preposition, here you must use noun as a part of speech. Paired is not a noun. Compiled is not a noun. Conflate is not a noun. There are two nouns here. So larger pairs, larger grouping. Out of the two options, larger grouping. Why grouping? Because there is no point of saying pairs of stars. Why are you talking about pairs? Pair is two. Why are you talking about two stars here? No need, right? Because in the entire paragraph, you are not focusing on any particular two stars. So this is the closest. Now guys, you honestly tell me, do you think it is difficult? I'll tell you here the secret. It is not difficult. It looks difficult. There is a difference. Some exercises are difficult. Some exercises look difficult. In banking exams, questions are not difficult. Today Shyam sir is telling you this whether you believe or not. But I'm telling you genuinely, honestly, frankly, candidly. In banking exams, questions are not difficult. Questions only look difficult. If you believe this secret, if you believe this reality, I'm sure you're going to go off with flying colors. Banking exams questions are not difficult. They look difficult. Then the close test is over. Now you can ask me a question, sir, what is the meaning of this close test, sir? You have not explained the meaning of this close test. Why are you trying to understand this close test? What is the job of yours? Why are you going to write the bank exam? Do you want the answers in the least possible way? Do you want the answers in the least possible time? Or you go to write the bank exam because you want to read the complete paragraphs, whatever is given on the question paper? You know, in banking exams, every second counts. You have to only focus on how to bring out the right answers. You cannot simply waste your time reading all the paragraphs and sentences provided on the question paper. Your job is not to read whatever is there on the question paper. Do something, but finally bring out the right answer in the least possible time. If you ask me also, I did not understand the paragraph even 5% because I didn't try to. I didn't want to. I didn't need to. I only wanted to bring out the right answers. That's my whole job here. Then what is the point of focusing on it? I don't really want to understand it. This is a closed test. I'm sure some of you now will be wondering, sir, what is the meaning of the option conflate? Sir, what is the meaning of the option? What is the meaning of the option concoct? What is the meaning of the option? I think hardly we have two vocabulary here. I think hardly we have. What is the meaning of the option proponent? What is the meaning of the option proponent? What is the meaning of the option maybe no vocabulary composite? What is the meaning of the option consolidation? There are good vocabulary here, but the question is you have nothing to worry about them. Of course, it's good to know the vocabulary. If you know the vocabulary, that will be giving you better confidence, but not mandatory to know them. So it's a homework for you. I'm giving you a homework. I'm giving you a homework. Homework number 1. Guys, I'm giving you a homework. Homework number 1 is this. I want you to work on the remaining options given in the passage. What is the meaning of contort? Homework number 1. Consolidation, homework number 2. And then again we have homework number 3, that is concocted, homework number 3. That's it. I don't really want to give you maybe homework number 4, conflate. Done. It is a homework. I want you to find out the answers and message your answers in the comment section because I want you to work on the vocabulary as well. Guys, yes, Vijay Kumar, can you explain separate class for para jumble sentences? Of course, why not? We will do it. Give us a little time, we will definitely do it. But the fact that many aspirants requested us to conduct SBI PO exam-oriented practice sessions on the YouTube live in English. We have started this session, but don't worry, we will do everything needed for you. Okay, after this simple close test, now we have much more easier exercise called spotting error. Can you find the error? The sentence move to ban cigarettes shows a welcome intolerance for anything that impact negatively on the health and wellness of the people of the country. So what are you talking about? You're talking about cigarettes. So central government has taken some decision to ban the cigarettes. Central government has taken some decision to ban the cigarettes because cigarettes will have a very bad impact on our health. This is the sentence. First of all, what is the spotting error about? How to do the spotting error? 2 ways. Sometimes spotting errors, you have to read the sentence, understand the meaning, then get the answer. Sometimes there are some fixed grammar rules, tenses, prepositions, articles. You see the sentence, you get the answer. But you should try both. What are you talking about that? What are you talking about that? What is the point here that? That is anything. Anything is always a singular subject. If the subject is singular, the verb is also singular. So here you can't use impact. Here you have to use impacts. You can't use impact here. You must use impacts. Impacts. Anything is a singular subject, so you can't use impact. You have to use impacts. Simple. Subject verb agreement. So part C has the problem. You can't use impact. You have to use impacts. Are you done, guys? Let's go to the question number 9. Mr. Johnson remained defiant. A normal student reads the complete sentence, but extraordinary student doesn't do that. You're talking about a man whose name is Johnson. Johnson is a singular subject. If the subject is singular, the verb is also singular. Why do you want to use plural verb here? You better use remains. You don't even have to read the complete sentence, do you? So here you're talking about a boy whose name is John or Johnson. So Johnson is a name of the person which is singular. And naturally, if the subject is singular, the verb also must be singular. So remain is a plural verb. The singular verb is remains. Johnson remains. Johnson remains. Very simple. Okay, now go to the next sentence, spotting error. Now some of you will be wondering, Shamsa, you're just explaining the sentences. Why don't you give us timer? Sorry guys, because this question paper has 40 sentences. In a span of 60 minutes, we have to discuss. If this is a regular session, I will love to, give you a timer and all that. But paper explanation has to just go as rapid explanation. But I'm pretty sure sentences are easy. Even I don't give you timer, you will get the answer. Now, any production, import, export, sale, distribution, advertisement and storage of e-cigarettes is a cognizable offense, punishable to imprisonment or fine or both. I think 10th question is very nice question. Spotting error. Now, any production, import, export, sale, distribution or advertisement and storage of e-cigarettes is a cognizable offense, punishable to imprisonment. What are you trying to say? If you do something anti-social, illegal, if you do something illegitimate, so the meaning is you are naturally arrested, you will have charges against you, maybe sometimes you will have punishment. But now if you see the sentence here, punishable, you are punishable. If you do wrong, you are punishable. But why do you want to use the preposition to here? Why do you want to use the preposition to here? You are punishable with imprisonment or fine. What is the point of using the preposition to there? If you do some wrong exercise, if you do some wrong crime, if you do some wrong act, if you do a crime, if you commit a crime, that is punishable with this punishment or that punishment. Punishable with, not punishable to. Easy answer. Easy answer. So part D has easy error. So once this live session ends also, you watch this video second time and write some good running notes. And if you don't understand any particular question that I have explained, if you are still confused, leave your doubt in the comment section so that I will plan a separate session only for your doubt clarification. Okay, let's go to the question number 11. Again, spotting error. Suresh walks ginger. What is this? Suresh walks ginger. What is this? Suresh walks ginger. Suresh walks tamarind. Suresh walks chili. Suresh walks tomato. Suresh walks potato. Is it not funny? Yes. Here the problem is not just vocabulary but the grammar. Walk is the verb. So naturally after verb, what you must use is adverb. So you can't use ginger here. You must use gingerly. So Suresh walks ginger is wrong. Suresh walks gingerly. What is the meaning of gingerly? Carefully. Gingerly means very carefully. So Suresh walks carefully. Verb follows adverb, isn't it? Verb follows adverb. Walks is a verb. Adverb should be used. Walk is a verb. Adverb should be used. So Suresh walks. Walk is a verb. That follows adverb. The adverb is gingerly. Ginger is an adjective. Parts of speech. Wow. 12th question is again spotting error. Since the beginning, there was a conflict between Jammu, which insisted on closer integration, and Kashmir, which believed. Arey bhaiya, you're talking about a conflict between Jammu and Kashmir for some reasons. The grammar is easy. You're talking about Kashmir here, which means Kashmir. So guys, naturally, if you're talking about Kashmir, Kashmir is a singular subject. You can't use plural verb. You also have to use plural, singular grammar. So you must use believes. Kashmir, which believes. Kashmir, which believes. Kashmir, which believes. Kashmir is a singular subject there. Kashmir is a singular subject there. When you use the subject which is singular, the verb also must be singular. So Kashmir is singular, believes must be singular. Kashmir is singular, believes must be singular. Another spotting error on the way. Question number 13. Guys, are you following? Maybe this is the first session completely in English. I'm very sure this is going to be bigger soon. You take the responsibility. If you believe I am teaching well, my content which is being delivered is impressive and clear, useful for the students, share this video to your friends and also tell them we have a faculty from the south whose name is Shamsa, now going to take complete English sessions with the purpose of helping more audience also in the non-Telugu states. It's a happy news for them, I'm sure. If Bihar is struggling to stay afloat, if Bihar is struggling to stay afloat on the ongoing monsoon, its distress can be traced to poor infrastructure and a lack of administration preparedness. So you are talking about Bihar and you are talking about Bihar's vulnerability to the climate change. Bihar is not very ready enough to face the challenges given by the climate change. Why do you want to use on the ongoing monsoon season? Do we say on the ongoing monsoon? I'll give you clarity. Do we say on the summer? On the winter? What is that preposition on? If you're talking about a particular season, be it monsoon, be it winter, be it summer, why do you want to use on? You cannot use on, you have to use during. During the ongoing monsoon. If Bihar is struggling to stay afloat during the monsoon season, during is the right preposition there, isn't it? It is not the preposition on to be used there. We must use the preposition during the monsoon season. Yes or no? Generally we say during the summer, people want to drink cool drinks. During the winter, we wear jackets. During the rainy season, we carry umbrellas. During the monsoon, we don't say on the monsoon. During the monsoon season. See, that is why I said in a banking exam, questions are not difficult. They only look difficult. You go with confidence. You go with guts. Be positive, stay cool, stay calm. Have composure. It's going to be a cakewalk. Be it a PO exam or a clerk exam, be it a prelims exam or a mains exam, I'm pretty sure it's going to be easy. You don't say on the monsoon, during the monsoon. Wow, one more spotting error, question number 14 here. There is no better time to create green infrastructure than today, as water management is a priority program to the NDA government. Nice question, simple question. So can I wait for 1 minute to see if anyone can give me the right answer? Can I wait for a minute for your answer? There is no better time to create green infrastructure than today, as water management is a priority program to the NDA government. So this is the right time for the central government. This is the right time for the central government to initiate water related programs, because NDA government kept saying repeatedly that this is their priority. Water is their priority. So guys, I have explained it. Now I want you to find the answer. Where is the error and what is the error? Can you speed up the process? 30 seconds more. Can I wait for your answer? Can I expect some good answer from the audience in the live session? There is no better time to create green infrastructure than today, as water management is a priority program to the NDA government. I'll give you one clue. Discipline is a priority. Discipline is a priority to me. We don't say discipline is a priority to me. Either you say discipline is my priority or a discipline is a priority for me. Here you say priority program to the NDA government. No, it can be priority program for the NDA government or priority program of the NDA government. You don't use the preposition to there. We don't use the preposition to. There is no better time to create green infrastructure than today, as water management is a priority program of the NDA government, or priority program for the NDA government. After successful completion of close test and spotting errors, here we have a very easy column based matching. This is called column based matching. So column based matching actually is challenging, but not this time. This time it is so easy. How simple? Do I really need to explain them? For examples, let us start with A, but before you start reading, look at the options where A is linked, AE is linked. That's all. I think if AE matches, the answer is done. They have bought, where is the train field? Gone. Impossible. Now let us read today we coddle. Go to the B option. Where is BF? Only one BF and one BD. So today we coddle our computers. Today we coddle letter of condolence. Today we coddle computer. Today we coddle letter of condolence. Today we coddle letter of condolence. What do you think is the right answer, guys? Look at also CD, you will understand. Neil sent him a letter of condolence. See, Neil sent him a letter of condolence. So CD is absolutely perfect. Now when CD is so perfect, now there is only one chance to confirm BF. Today we coddle our computers. Perfect option. Option A is perfectly perfect. Option A is perfectly perfect. Actually, column based matching is slightly challenging, but this time easy. So guys, if you are someone preparing for competitive exams like banking, and if you are looking for good English classes, English content, you can go to the Chandan Logics app, get some English content, and you can also see my classes over there. Any doubts so far? You're welcome to leave your doubts in the comment section, guys. Any doubts so far? You're welcome to leave your doubts in the comment section. I'll wait for 10 seconds. I'll wait for 10 seconds. I'll wait for 10 seconds. Maybe some of you are wondering, sir, what is the meaning of coddle? Basically, coddle means taking good care. Coddle means taking good care. Taking good care. Letter of condolence. You know? Is it clear? Let's go to the next question. Question number 16. Also easy. And SBI PO 2026. Yes. You can contact Chandan Logics if you are planning to get SBI PO. Good content from all the subjects. People preparing for police jobs, of course, can also contact. Now here we have a simple exercise. The lack of rains made it difficult for the farmer. This part of the sentence may need correction. This part of the sentence may need correction. Can you help? Can you find? The lack of rains made it. First of all, you can't use this one because make is plural. You can't use ing without any proper helping verb. Now, why do you want to say the farmer? Are you talking about one farmer? No. You're not talking about one farmer? No. Now, here you're talking about their crops, which means pronoun, which means farmers. So, farmers is compulsory. In the first option, farmers is missing. So, this is the answer. Did you understand, guys? Easy question, no? If you want, I'll repeat. The lack of rains made it difficult for farmers to sell their crops. Simple technique. I'll repeat if you want, guys. One thing is for sure, you can't use ing directly here. You can't use verb in the plural here. You are not talking about one farmer in specific, so no way. Now you are talking about the pronoun their. Who is their? Farmers. In the first option, farmers is missing, so fourth option is right. Easy question, easy answer. Can you try the question number 17? Everyone asked, how could she? 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 See, this sentence is called indirect speech. There is a concept in our English grammar called indirect speech. In indirect speech, you have this. A asked B, B asked A. If you're talking about indirect speech, subject comes first, not helping verb. Here helping verb came first, no? No. Subject must come first. Here helping verb came first. Here helping verb came first. Now, you are not talking about possibility, might. You're talking about ability. Because when someone was so much insulted, badly insulted, you need the ability, capability to handle the situation. So, everyone asked how she could survive. Not might survive. Might is a question of doubt. There is no doubt here. You are just surprised. Oh my God. You are facing a lots of humiliation, and then how do you survive this? So everyone asked how she could survive. Everyone asked how she could survive. My father is a man for great instinct. My father is a man for great instincts. First of all, you should know the meaning of this. Some people will have a good level of instinct. They are good at decision making. They take decisions very fast. So direct answer, in such cases, you don't say, my father is a man for great instinct. So what you have to say, my father is a man. What do you say? My father is a man with. My father is a man with great instinct. You don't say, my father is a man for. My father is a man with great instinct. My father is a man with great instinct. My father is a man with great instinct. In some cases, this is a simple question, try the answer. In some cases, either the sum insured is increases or the premium decreases. The part in the bracket needs improvement if any. The part in the bracket needs improvement if any. Can you try? Can you try? If you observe in syllabus, in our English syllabus, there is a small topic called parallelism. So parallelism is maintaining the equality in the sentence grammar. If you observe this part of the sentence, premium decreases. Simple. So naturally here sum increases. Premium decreases, sum increases. Simple. A decreases, B increases. B increases, A decreases. No confusion. This concept is called parallelism. So parallelism is about using the right equal tone of the sentence. Question number 20 is actually easy. The article should not exceed more than 100 words. Can you try the answer? I'll wait for 30 seconds. Can you get me the answer? I'll wait for 30 seconds. I'll wait for 30 seconds. The article should not exceed more than 100 words. So what do you think is the answer? In our syllabus, there is a simple topic called superfluous expressions. So what is meant by superfluous expressions? Expressions which are redundant, expressions which are unnecessary, not required. That is called superfluous expressions. What is the meaning of the word exceed? Exceed means more than. So the natural meaning of the word exceed is more than. If you're already using the word exceed, then don't use more than again. Simply, the article should not exceed. That's it. It is like saying return back. Do we say return back? No, right? We don't say return back, right? We only say return. We don't say return back. Likewise, we don't say exceed more than. We only say exceed, isn't it? After we complete the sentence improvement section, here is ready with passage. Biggest problem that students face in banking exams, passages. Sir, how to handle the passages? Mantra number 1. Go to the questions where you don't need to read the paragraph. Go to the questions which don't need paragraph at all, and mostly they are based on vocabulary. Like for example, see this question, foster. Do you know the meaning of the word foster? What is the meaning of foster? Foster means support. Foster means help. Foster means encourage. Foster means tolerate. Foster means inspire. Foster means sustain. All of these. So foster is about giving good support. So naturally all of these. Again, if you see the next question, guys, question number 25, he is asking the meaning of the word imbibe. Do you know the meaning of the word imbibe, guys? Do you know the meaning of the word imbibe? So guys, imbibe is absorbing something, imbibing. Today, Shamsar is taking English session on SBI PO mock test, where I'm sharing some good content. I want the students to imbibe the content. Imbibe means quaff, guzzle, swill, consume. They're all synonyms. Imbibing, absorbing, taking, consuming. All correct. So questions like this can be answered easily without reading the passage. Of course, you should know the vocabulary. It's always there. If you are a banking aspirant, I don't have to say this. Without vocabulary, don't expect good score. Not to discourage you, but tell you the reality. If you're not good at vocabulary, things don't work. Be focused on vocabulary. I think those two questions easily can be answered. And of course, one more question here. Encourage opposite. My God, how easy the question is. A school child can know the answer. Encourage opposite, discourage. Easy game. I think these three questions we have answered without reading the paragraph. Oh my God. Fourth question is also here. So that's the whole point. This is the way you do the passage. Go to the questions that can be answered without reading the paragraph much. Mostly vocabulary based. Frequent opposite. Frequent opposite is very rare. And of course scanty. And of course few. Of course solitary. So all of these is correct. All of these is correct. All of these is correct. Frequent is more. Opposite is very less. Guys, from the paragraph, 4 questions we have answered without reading the paragraph at all. That is how the paragraph has to be handled. Now, what about the other questions? 4 questions, Shamsar, like you said, easily can be answered without reading the paragraph, I understand. But what about the other questions? What about the other questions? How can we answer the other questions? Should we read the paragraph? Of course, yes. Without reading the paragraph, how can you answer them? But the point is, don't directly start reading the paragraph. First, have a look at the questions. First, see the questions. Because when you see the questions first, you will get the idea what he is asking. Then you start reading the paragraph. In a very less time, you can get the answers very confidently. It's always important to have a look at the questions first, then read the paragraph next. See the questions first, read the paragraph next. But now the fact that it is a live session, I think if I explain this paragraph, it will take lots of time, which I don't want to. But I promise you that we will definitely give you one wonderful session only on reading passages later. Okay, guys? Now here we have a beautiful jumbled exercise. So following sentences form a paragraph. Second and fourth, the second and fourth sentences are already given. See, number 2 and number 4 are already fixed. The rest of the sentences need rearrangement. Sentence number 2 and sentence number 4 are fixed. The rest of the sentences need rearrangement. How simple this is. How easy this is. Already you know the second one. So always do this. Read the second one. Because if you read the second one, it is easier to find the first one. Read the second one. But Bengal. Arey bhaiya, you started with but. But. So naturally, if this sentence has some information, the previous sentence will have the reverse information. Because you said but. But Bengal, the most electorally significant state of the 3. Oh, of the 3. Here he mentioned of the 3. So already the previous sentence must have some 3 states. Has slipped out of its grasp. Slipped out of its grasp. It means who? Are you talking about Congress? Are you talking about some BJP? What? So if you observe B, or if you observe the second statement, the second statement, previous statement must have 3 sentences. Must have 3 sentences for sure. Now, where is that? Where is that? Where is that? Where is that? If you read that, try the yes statement. Try the yes statement. Decades after the communal violence of 1930s that engulfed many parts of pre-partition Bengal, and great Kolkata killings of 1946. So what is the meaning of the sentence? Decades after the communal violence of 1930, in the year 1930 or in 1930s, communal violence happened, and that happened many parts pre-partition Bengal. So before Bengal was partitioned, a lot of violence happened in the great Kolkata killings of 1946. So you are trying to say many years after, you're talking about the Bengal violence pre-partition. But after that, what happened? We don't know. After that, what happened? We don't know. He said many years after. So 1930s violence before the Bengal partition. This is 2026. So many years after, what happened? You already know the second statement. You already know the second statement. Correct? You already know the second statement. Correct? Communal violence has broken out in several districts of Bengal, including districts that were homes to the Tagores. So if you connect like this, S2. In the 1930s, Bengal had a lots of violence. After many years now, again violence started in Bengal. Where the violence happened? See, you're talking about where the violence happened. Several districts of Bengal, including homes to the Tagores, and the seat of the so-called Bengal Renaissance of 19th century. So basically, you're trying to say, in the 1930s, Bengal had a lots of violence. After many years now, again the violence started in Bengal. After many years now, violence started in Bengal, and especially in the Bengal, some prominent places the violence is found. So actually, if you ask me, these three is one pair. These three is actually one pair. One pair. You already know the fourth. You already know the fourth. This indicates, so this is all one story. You're talking about violence in Bengal after many years. This indicates a complete collapse of the ideas and practice of the regimes that came to power in Bengal after partition. So before partition, violence was there. Now violence again happened after partition many years. So because after partition of the Bengal, the successive governments or some rulers failed to handle it properly. This indicates the failure of many people who ruled Bengal. Many people who ruled Bengal. Many people who ruled Bengal. So I'll repeat the story. In the 1930s, before partition of Bengal, violence happened. After many years, again now violence is happening in Bengal. In some places, what does it show? This indicates that Bengal was ruled not properly. This is the story so far. Now, if you observe this cue, the left largest constituent, the CPIM, as well as Congress, must redefine their politics. Here, do you remember one thing? I have already said this before. The left party, CPM, and the Congress must redefine their politics according to what is happening in Bengal. What is happening in Bengal? The CPIM still has relevance in Kerala, where it has significant shades of war in seats in Tripura, where it has hegemony or power. Q, R, and now finally come to P. But Bengal, the most electorally significant state of the three. Why do you say 3 here? Why do you want to say 3 here? Why do you want to say here 3? Why do you want to say 3 here? But Bengal, the most electorally significant state of the three, has slipped out of its grasp. It means what? CPIM. It means what? CPIM. Now this process is the normal process that students follow. So far, whatever procedure I have explained is a procedure that is usually followed by the students in a very normal way. This procedure is a normal procedure that we follow. Having explained the normal procedure so far, you also can start focusing on some shortcuts. Here you are talking about CPIM. Here you are talking about CPIM. Here you mentioned CPIM first time. Here you mentioned still, which means I'm very sure QR is one pair. So before you follow the lengthy procedure itself, you can follow this pair. And here you say it's. Who is its? CPI. So there is one chance where R and P can be one group. And you also mentioned 3 here. What are the 3 there? The 3 parties, left party, CPIM and Congress. So yes, in jumble to some extent, tricks can be helping you, but 90% you have to understand the sentences properly, guys. Now that I have explained the sequence to you, not a difficult task to answer the given questions, because the questions will come like which comes third, which comes last, and so on. Only the problem is getting the sequence. This is a very simple question. Word swap. Everybody in the country can do the word swap. Everybody in the country can do the word swap. But what is the question? How quickly you can do is the question. How quickly you can do is the question. Decision, imprudent decision. Prudent means very clever. Prudent means intelligent. Imprudent decision means foolish decision. This actually should come here. So naturally A, C must swap. You also can say was rectified. Word swap is one section anybody in the country can do. But how quickly you do that matters. How quickly you do that matters. Go to the 35th question. Go to the 35th question. Again, Completely go by the shortcuts, my dear friends. Completely go by the shortcuts. Completely go by the shortcuts. Completely go by the shortcuts. See, more dash methods. More dash methods. More dash methods. Can you get the answer? More dash methods. Can you get the answer? More subtle methods. Clandestine world of espionage. Guys, do you know the meaning of espionage? Have you seen the movie Dhurandhar? In the movie Dhurandhar, Ranveer Singh is doing what? He is living in another country as a spy. That is called espionaging. Living in disguise. So espionaging is secret. Clandestine is secret. So naturally D better come here. Naturally A go there. So A, D should be the right answer. You don't have to read the sentence at all. Maximum go by the shortcuts. Maximum go by the shortcuts. Can you try the answer, guys? Can you try the answer? Again, the same logic here. You're talking about decision. Decision should be very judicious. What is the meaning of judicious? Very wise. Judicious decision. We say judicious decision. Very wise decision. Very clever decision. You have to purely go by the shortcuts in a question like this. Now here see, normal student reads the complete sentence. But extraordinary student, what does he do? I look at the first blank and first options. Ornament, device, elaboration, instrument, means. Something is fishy. Leave it. See the second option because the second words are very close. Now you see the grammar here. See, as transparent and neutral. Finish. Because you're talking about transparent here, you're talking about being neutral. You're talking about transparent here, you're talking about being neutral. As transparent and neutral. As transparent and neutral. As transparent and neutral. Simple, no? You don't have to worry much about it. Normal student reads unnecessary sentences. Extraordinary student goes in a very pure shortcut. Okay, guys? Do you understand the shortcut here? Now, if you see this, in a dash society of religion, in a dash society of religion, you're talking about society. Our society is a society of religion. So we believe in religion. We have the system of religion. We believe in our own God and all that. So naturally you can't use infidel. Do you know who is infidel? Infidel is a person. Infidel is a person who is anti-religion. So naturally it doesn't work. How can we use demon? Demon is a negative word. You don't say communist religion. What is communist there? Now you have two options, consumer and commemorate. Now you are slightly confused here. Leave it. Jump here. Affecting, affluences. Array bhaiya, affecting is a verb. Affluences is a noun. Here he said no longer dash. Array bhaiya, verb should come. So second option. We don't understand the sentences at all every time. If you listen to this class once more, you will get clarity what shortcuts I am using here. First time maybe confusing, but listen to my session second time. The shortcuts which I am using are actually the most important here. The most important here. So understanding the past dash, understanding the past indolence, past involves, past inaugurates, past occupies, past signifies. Something is fishy, you are not happy, leave it. Now come here. The interests and even dash of its interpreter. You already mentioned the word here, interpreter, interpreter. And you already mentioned here past, past, past. Guys, can you tell me what is the option possible here when you're talking about past? You know, some people will have opinions based on past. They still carry the opinions which are formed based on the past incidents. That attitude is called prejudice. So what is the meaning of prejudice? Kind of forming an opinion based on the past which may not be relevant now, but still some people form such opinions. That is called prejudice. Kadam. However, having said the shortcuts here, you should definitely be good at vocabulary. Don't tell me, sir, I'm not good at vocabulary, but I'm preparing for SBI PO. Sorry to say. Don't say that I'm preparing for SBI PO, but I'm not good at vocabulary. How is that logical? Okay, guys. Now, how simple the last question is. How simple the last question in this session. I'm ending this session with a happy question. A piece of cake. A very, very, very easy job. A very, very, very simple job. A and B both are right. A and B both are right. I know that in this session, some of the questions which I have explained may not be clear because I intentionally did not want to explain the complete sentence clearly to you. A good trainer should not explain each sentence at all, because a good trainer's job is to train the students how simply, what are the best ways, easiest methods to figure out the answers. That is what we are writing the exam for. We are not going to the exams to read the sentences completely. We are going to the exams to bring the answers in a very least possible time. Listen to this session once more and observe the procedure that I am following here to bring out the answers. Give your feedback in the comment section, ask your doubts in the comment section, and also based on your feedback, based on your doubts, based on your queries, we will plan one more session like this. Thank you for being wonderful audience. This session may be confusing for the beginners, but already the students who have been preparing for PO exam for a certain time will find it very effective and useful because I completely focused on shortcuts. Thank you for being wonderful audience again. Leave your doubts in the comment section. We will come back to you soon. Thank you. Signing off, your Shamsu.